Welcome to the first official Off the Wall podcast. My name is John, and I've got my co-host / special guest today, Jaden Fury.
What's up?
So, Jaden, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
All right. How was your morning this morning?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you played this game called Lethal Company?
Yep, I played it before.
Yeah. Is
Played
it
with
a
some mods and stuff?
is it a good game?
Yeah.
All right. So, what all happens in Lethal Company?
Kind of just like drop in. You get a bunch of loot. You have a quota you got to do and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to reach that quota by like 2-3 days.
Yeah. What else happens in Lethal Company?
Gotta watch out for monsters.
Yep.
Monsters are the scariest.
What kind of monsters? Like, what are the top 3 worst monsters in this game?
Got, I say the Thumper,
Mm-hmm.
the Bracken,
Yeah.
and then the Mannequin.
All right. What is the Thumper?
Thumper is like a little, looks like a little big baby. And it crawls around
Yeah.
and it tries to eat you.
Really? What about the Bracken?
Bracken's like a big, tall, black guy. He's like sneaking up behind you and he's sneak attacking.
Yeah, but he's like a monster, so he's not like, So he's like this big monster figure, right?
Yeah, he's like a big black monster figure.
Yeah. Does he have
Sneaking up
glowing
behind
eyes or
you.
anything?
Yeah, he's got glowing eyes.
All right. Is there what was the third one you said? The mannequin?
Yeah, the Mannequin.
What's the mannequin like?
Mannequin's like, you know what a weeping angel is?
Yeah, where like you look away and like, they come closer, and then when you look at them, they stop.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
basically how it is.
Really? Is it like faster or slower?
It's
Or
like
like
super fast.
is
You,
it?
like look away, it's like right on your cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like, you said you play with mods, right?
Yep.
What kind of mods you play with?
There's a Skinwalker mod that you could play with,
Yeah.
and it'll like use clips of your voice that you used in game,
Yeah.
and it'll like play that.
Really? What's another mod you play with?
There's like a bunch that you could do. So there's like a boombox you can have. You can just like
Yeah.
run around with a music boombox. There's a more blood mod where you'd have like somebody dies, there's just blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Or like you can have a shotgun mod. You can spawn with like a bunch of guns and stuff.
Yeah. Is there like any other mods that you play with, like that could like change the map or whatever?
Change the map? No, not really.
Really?
Not really mods for that. They probably have some mods for that though.
Is there like any mods that like get rid of the monsters?
Yeah, I think they have mods for that. Yeah.
Really? So like the mods just like like, are they made by the company or by just random people?
Are they made by like? What do you mean?
Like, are they made by like the people who made Lethal Company, or are they made by like fans? Are they fan mods that like you download at your own risk?
Oh, the mods.
Yeah.
They're made by like actual people.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, do they work for the company or are they just random people?
Probably just random people.
Okay. So like, what's your favorite part about Lethal Company?
The funny moments.
Funny moments?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
Like you could just be in another room and like you could hear somebody screaming down the hallway while there's a Thumper chasing them.
it's like a horror game.
Yeah, it's a horror game.
Okay. So like, it's like how scary is it? Like how bad do you scream?
Pretty often.
Like you like how high pitch have you gone?
Pretty high pitched.
Like between like a man screaming like or like a little girl screaming like ah. Which
Little
one?
girl.
Little girl. All right. So like, have you ever had a funny moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot. There's been a lot of funny moments.
Really? Like when? Just name like a couple, like 2.
There was one time where I was the last one alive, and I was getting chased by like 2 mannequins. I had to get out.
Yeah.
And I had to like turn around really quick and exit out the door, and I screamed super loud
Yeah.
because I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah. What about like another? Give me another one.
There was one time there was like this mask that that can put on like a dead body and it'll like walk around.
Yeah.
So it looked like it's a player, and I walked up to somebody.
Yeah.
And they just turned around and started like puking in my face, and I was just screaming.
What?
Yeah.
Puking in your face.
Yeah, they puke in your face
Why?
to like infect you, I guess.
Oh, okay. Now, does that like give
It, like,
them a
turn-
mask?
It turns it like turns you into like a zombie basically.
Okay. And you can't control it at all.
No.
Okay.
You're just dead.
What about is there like I know I've played like once when I was at your house,
Yeah.
and like within 2 minutes you
Instantly got mowed down by
by a turret. I
by a
remember
machine
that.
gun.
Like I was sitting there and you're like, dude, it's a turret, and I was like, where? And all I hear is and then starts blasting me with like rounds of like ammunition, and I'm like, I don't even have the time to jump up the stairs, and I just get
Oh
like,
yeah, you're
knocked.
dead right then.
Yeah.
You can't even do that much.
Yeah. Is there like, how many times have you ran into a turret, or like you've like heard someone like die from a turret in this game?
Like, if I could get like $10 every time I hear a turret,
Yeah.
or hear somebody die by a turret, or just see a turret,
Yeah.
I'd be probably like a millionaire.
A millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, cutting off to like another game. Like, have you like played any other games that are pretty fun?
Yeah, I played a couple games. Yeah.
Yeah, like name another one. Name another one. Because I know you know there's the famous ones like Fortnite, Call of Duty, you know,
Yeah.
Rust.
Rust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Escape from Tarkov. It's like a military game.
Yeah.
Drop in.
Hmm.
You get a bunch of loot, and you can like fight people.
Yeah.
And
So it's like Call of Duty Warzone.
yeah, if you lose an arm, you lose an arm.
Oh.
Like, you can't. You gotta like certain heal certain things.
Yeah. So like you losing an arm, like you can't shoot two-handed weapons.
It'll make it like really hard to aim. But
How do you reload the weapon though?
well, probably gotta repair your arm really.
How do you?
There's a CMS kit,
Yeah.
and that repairs arms, brings it back to life, and then you have to use like
But like you don't have an arm.
a Salewa, and
What?
a Salewa.
A Salewa? How
Yeah,
do you said that it was Salewa?
Salewa.
Okay, what does that do?
Not like has a bunch of light heals, heavy heals,
Yeah.
like splints.
Yeah. Are they gruesome animations, or like is it just like one of those like
Yeah, there's some gruesome stuff.
oh. Okay, do you know like what's your favorite weapon in that game?
I don't really have a favorite weapon really,
Mhm.
because like certain weapons are pretty good with
Yeah.
certain things.
Really?
There's also this other game called Power World. That game's very fun.
What is Power World?
So it's like Pokemon
Yeah.
with guns.
So like the Pokemon are running around with like AK-47s,
Yeah, you can have a monkey shoot with an AK.
but like there's more than just, you know. There's
Yeah, you
there's
can
more
make
animals.
like a cat Pokemon.
Really? So you make your own Pokemon?
Yeah, you can make them like breed.
Really? I'm sorry. That's probably one of the funniest things ever, dude. Dude, just imagine a Pikachu just running at you. Now, do they
With a
say,
minigun.
dude? Do they?
That's real.
Do they say? Do they just say like one word, like how like Pikachu says Pikachu?
No, they don't really like say anything. They just like it's like normal animal voices. It's like
Oh,
roar and stuff.
okay. Now, are there just wild ones that like
Yeah, there's like
Players-
wild animals.
players don't
or
own?
Pokemon that you can like you have to catch or anything.
Now, is it actually from the makers of Pokemon?
Nope.
Oh,
Like it was made by like Chinese people that had no idea what they were doing.
are you sure that? Are you sure?
They said they had buckets of flash drives because they didn't know how to save the game.
Really,
Yeah,
dude? So the game was made in China.
they were taught by a McDonald's employee. I'm pretty sure, or I think it was a Walmart.
Are you joking, or is this actual
No.
facts? Is
No,
this what they said?
This is actual facts.
Is this what they said?
Yeah, they were using some other software before they used Unreal Engine,
Yeah.
but that was too laggy. So they switched to Unreal Engine,
Uh huh.
and they had no idea how to use Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
So they had like some like college student, I think, or something that like works at Walmart teach them Unreal Engine.
Dude, that's crazy.
They had like a $10,000 budget, and now they're like millionaires.
Dude, I mean, honestly, it's crazy how people just like become famous.
Mm.
Like, just think about it. One day you're not, you don't know what you're doing. Then you just like throw an idea out there and like make a game, and the game like blows up.
I think it's like more like TikTok.
Yeah, I feel like TikTok and like all like Instagram and stuff like that have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you? I know you play Rust. You play Rust like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for the people who don't know, what is Rust?
Rust is like a survival PvP game.
Yeah.
PvP, PvE.
Yeah. So like player versus like computer, and then like player versus player, right?
Yeah.
So like, what all do you do in that? Is it like building, just like
Yeah, you
hunting?
gotta build your own base. You gotta like make your own weapons,
Yeah.
learn that stuff, and then like go out, kill some players, take their stuff, learn that stuff, so on.
I know I played for like another time, dude. I play all these games when I'm over at your house because I don't have a computer. But I remember I was sitting there and like I spawned in. You're like, don't die. I was like, okay. I was like, yo, what's that one gun? And it's like called it's the Yoka, right?
Yeah.
And like this guy walked up to me and he goes, hey, I'm friendly. I like tried to fire the Yoka, like it's the animation where it like smacks off the gun. You take the rock and it smacks off the gun.
Yeah.
And I turned around to like run away, and he was following me. So then I like turned back around. And I like shot him with I tapped the rock off the Yoka and like shot him. And he's like, I'll be back. And then I never saw him again because I had to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there like, so like, is there like anything else in like in Rust to do, like going for an oil rig or like?
Yeah, you can like take heli and stuff. There's a bunch of stuff you can do in Rust and everything. You could literally just be like a farmer.
Really?
Farm.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that there's resets, right? Depending on what you play on.
Yeah, there's like monthly resets, weekly resets, bi-weekly, which is like 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. What is your favorite server to play on?
I played on a bunch, but I usually play like Stevius or Blue Lagoon.
Mm-hmm. And what are those ones? Are those like monthly, weekly, or like bi-weekly?
Like weekly.
Those are weekly resets.
Yeah.
Do you like the fact that the game resets and everyone goes back down to like the same level?
Yeah, so like those Zergs, which are like 10 mans, they have probably like boxes and boxes of guns. So
Yeah.
I think that's good for a week.
How do you think like the like shortened up versions of like names were made? Like helicopter, you call those helis. How do you think like people like came up with like abbreviating it and then just not just calling it a helicopter?
Well, I think just people are just lazy to say the full name, so they just like, or like if you just want to say something really quick as like a comm, just like heli, so helicopter.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Now I've got another game. It's called The Forest. Have you ever played The Forest?
Yeah, I didn't really play the first one that much. I played the second one a lot.
Dude, I will say I love the first one. Like I haven't played Sons of the Forest yet, but you understand how it works, right? How like you're on a plane and like you crash onto this deserted island with like cannibals and stuff. And you have to like make a base, find better armor, like you have to like you can kill these monsters that are like mutants. There's an Armsy who's like got like a lot of arms, and then like there's an Armsy, baby's a big baby, and then I think there's like a Virginia. She's like a spider woman, so like she's got like legs that like make her look like a spider, and then it's the top, like the torso and the head on top of that, and then like a big baby's like I don't know how to explain it. He looks like a bean, like a giant bean with legs.
Yeah, that's kind of like the second one also. They got a bunch of the same things like that.
As I said, dude, I also know that like there's more powerful like cannibals the longer you play. And have you ever ran into the worm? Like
The worm.
the worm monster?
No, I never ran into that one.
Okay, so it's like these like little like Vienna sausage looking things that like can turn into a bird, turn into like.
Oh yeah, I seen like TikToks about that.
Dude, we were sitting there, me and my sister's boyfriend, and we were trying to play, and we're gonna go for day 100 to get the bad kid award. Well, we ended up like going and finding Timmy, the guy's son, and we were like we had this all planned out. We were gonna crash on the island. We like started making a base, and then we were like, yeah, let's just make bases all over the place. So we made like 4 different bases. We used the yacht as a base, which is like a boat on like, it's a sailboat in this little like water place. And then you have the hole, which is like this giant sinkhole in the middle of the whole map. And then we had like a base, like if you've ever like seen, there's like the rock wall, like the middle of the water right beside the hole.
Yeah.
You go up to like where it splits off. It's like very hard to like describe because like the map is different for everyone. Like it's the same map, but like your spawning location's different. But we like found this rock wall, and we like put our base there, and then we put like a base over in this like wooded section, and so like anytime we had to like travel around, we just like use these bases as like safe points. And then we never did get the worm to show up because we beat the game, but we don't know if it will show up afterwards. And then he stopped playing, so I don't really have anyone to play the forest with, and it's like such a good game. Like me and him, we're like sitting there and we like make these funny like words, like the butter dog, dog with the butter on it. So every time I'd swing my katana at like these people, I'd yell "butter dog, dog with the butter on it," and like just completely over and over and over. And he thought it was the funniest thing ever. And like it really is a good game. I think we've like grown like a good connection just playing that game.
Yeah, you gotta play the new one.
The Sons of the Forest. Yeah, I gotta get a PC for that though. Unless they drop.
I think you can play it on PlayStation.
I don't think they've dropped it yet on PlayStation, but definitely if it drops on PlayStation, I can't wait.
They got like hang gliders you can do.
Dude,
you can glide around and stuff.
You realize that they had a glider in the last one, right?
Did they?
Yeah, you just like you had to go into this underwater cave and get like the materials for it. Me and Bishop did it. That's my sister's boyfriend. And we went under this cave and found the glider. And it's like a tower for the glider, and then the gliders, because we were trying to do like the turtle shell thing, where like you hop in a turtle shell and like you can slide down the thing, down the hole. It didn't work, so we like built up. We jumped off of like this little platform, and we were like hang gliding. We just like I went straight down, and I was like I didn't know what to do, and like I went straight down into the cave, hit like a little rock, fell, my glider's down, like stuck there. He was gliding around the whole circle and like clipped the side of it, and it broke his hang glider completely. And then he fell and like took so much damage that he like got knocked. And I remember I had to like run over there, and there's like 4 armsies down there, like 3 babies and like 7, Virginias. And he's like, dude, I'm down. And I was like, okay, I'm coming. And like I went over there, picked him up, and like I was like, are you sure you want to do this? We got to beat the game, because we didn't know that there's an actual cave that you go into to get to the ending. We went through that and we forgot about the cave, and we just jumped down there. And we ended the game and saved Timmy. And the hardest the hardest boss in the whole game is Megan. She's this little girl that's like related to the dude. He's like I think his name's like the Red Cannibal or something like that. But in the game, you know, he's like trying to make a cure for something. I forget what it is. But he starts making mutant people like on accident. Well, then I think he loses his mind a little bit and like he puts like red on him, or he just like has red paint on him because in the game, if you wear red paint, the cannibals won't like hurt you. So, he was sitting there, and I know him and his wife are getting a divorce and stuff. So he takes Megan. Well, then, like something happens to Megan, and she becomes like this monster with like 4 legs coming out of her body. Dude, it's terrible. You have to like go up in the snowy like biome to get the front of the plane, and like you got to grab the flare gun, and that's like the easiest way to take her out. So like you go up through there, you grab the flare gun, and then like you start shooting flares at her and like throwing dynamite, and you're running around this little like boss fight arena. And I remember I'd be like shooting them, and like she would move, and so my flares would hit Bishop, and he starts catching on fire, and he's like, "Bro, I'm on fire right now," and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I'm like trying not to die because she's on me. And she throws like babies at you, like these little like mutant babies. Yeah. She just throws them out. She like spawns them in, and then they jump, and they've got like, I'm gonna say like they can jump at least 10 yards towards you, and they do damage if they hit you.
Nice.
Dude, I remember there was like, you can get like hairspray in the game, and like you have a lighter off the start.
I'll just like make a torch.
I just like I made a homemade flamethrower and just lit them all up one time. I was like, dude, I can't deal with this, and just like lit them up in this cave. And he's like, oh my God, that worked. And so like anytime we get hairspray, we just light the babies up. So.
Yeah, when you're talking about like the red guy, they have some of those guys in the second one.
Really?
Like they're big fat guys, and they're all red, and they like chase after you. When you get like more days into the game and everything, they get harder.
I was gonna say the red guy's just this one dude. Yeah. Like he's okay. I was gonna say he dies in the end of the game.
Yeah, but you also get like other like little cannibal guys that have like armor on.
Mm-hmm.
They get like stronger armor.
Don't you get like this one dude that carries around a boat engine and like uses it?
Oh yeah, he'll like smack the crap out of you.
Yeah. I will say I've seen gameplay of like Sons of the Forest, and there's like this ball place that you go, like there's like fancy like diner like underneath the stuff, and like there's like the 3 targets you're going for, which is the mom, the dad, and the daughter, and the daughter's like mutated. She's got like a 3rd leg. And like the mom and the dad are sitting in this like dining room type place. And they just come out of nowhere, and they're like so mutated that they're just straight monsters. Dude, when I saw that, I was like, this is a good game. Dude, like you get better weapons in Sons of the Forest than in the Forest. Like in the Forest, you get this one like old like flintlock pistol.
Oh, you get actual guns.
Yeah, like you get a flintlock pistol, then you get like a bow. You can like get a modern bow or craft a bow, and then you can get a crossbow. And I know in like Sons of the Forest, you can get like
a crossbow, you can get a shotgun.
Yeah, and like a pistol. Yeah, and you can add stuff to them.
They've updated the game. I haven't played it in a while, but
yeah,
I think they've added some more stuff.
I was gonna say I haven't played it at all.
Yeah, I haven't played it in a while. So,
but I do know that like there's this little raft that like one of the pistols spawn on.
Yeah,
so you can get an easy pistol.
That's where you get the pistol.
Yeah, I mean the game looks really nice. It's like it's crisp. It's
pretty fun.
It's way more crisp than like the Forest. But is there any other games that you're thinking of that we should like talk about? Probably like to like see which ones are fun and stuff.
There's not that much left. We've kind of like talked about a bunch.
Yeah.
That's the ones I play a bunch.
Let's say, right now, are you in right now, I can't find a game that's fun.
Yeah, that's the problem now. Like, there's not a lot of like good games that come out, and when they do come out, they're just like they die within the first like week or 4 weeks.
I will say, PlayStation had an update, so like you can get more games like Raft. You can get Raft on there. I don't know if it's the original Raft, but you can get a Raft Survival, and then Stranded Deep is now on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And then High on Life. High on Life's on the PlayStation. I haven't seen High on Life, but like I've seen gameplay. And you're like, these aliens attack Earth and like use the humans as like a drug.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, I played the game before. It was a pretty fun game.
Dude, I love it when they're sitting in the space Applebee's and they're like talking to like, listen, I'm the reason why, like, that dude's, one of the guns is, like, messed up and stuff. He's like, but don't tell the guys, and you have the option to tell him or not, and it's like, if you tell him, he's like, what the heck, dude, I told you not to, or if you don't, he's like, they don't know.
Yeah.
But I know there's, like, this one grasshopper dude, and it's, like, pretty funny, because you're sitting there fighting him, and he's like, I'm gonna give you this, trophy for, like, being in, like, an alien like nightclub, and like it shows up you've been like 30 hours in an alien nightclub. So
yeah, there was one where you're trying to like enter like the city, and this little kid, he's like pushing you, and he's like and he like keeps pushing you.
I've seen that, and like
like you try to shoot him and your gun's like, no, we can't do that.
He's a kid, and then like you do it anyways, and they're like,
Now look what you made me do.
And then he's like, how could you do that to a kid? What the heck? And his mom comes out, and she's like, he's like 30 something. And she's got like this nice like funny accent, and it's like, yeah, he was like 30 something. And you're like, oh, I didn't kill a kid. I killed like a 30-year-old dude that had like
dwarfism.
Yeah, but like that game is like, it throws curveballs at you the whole time. Like you'll be like playing the game, like at the end of the game when you're like fighting the boss, you're like you light this dude up and you're like, oh, we gotta make him swallow a bomb. And you can't get the bomb.
Which gun.
The poor gun has to go like up the dude's like butt, and like you have to like shoot the bomb and like explode the dude, and you like think you lost the gun. The gun like comes back. He's like, oh my god. He's like, I almost didn't survive. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then they have like, have you seen the new DLC?
No, I haven't played it at all.
I was gonna say, it's like all around the knife, like because you get this knife that's like apparently
it's like a magic knife.
Yeah, and like it's just apparently it's all around the knife. I haven't played it either, so I haven't seen any gameplay on it, so I don't know what's going on.
I haven't seen anything about the new DLC. I've heard it came out, but I haven't seen any gameplay about it.
Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was the Off the Wall podcast, and we'll see you guys the next time.